Hi everybody, it's Kristina from Kristina's Krafts, and today I'm going to be making a Mother's Day gift, and I'm going to use this heart wire ring that I got from Dollar Tree. And if you saw my last video, I got this Mainstays roving yarn from Dollar Tree. It's actually, I know that Walmart carries Mainstays, and I got one roll of it. Now I wish I would have bought more, but I did a bunny video where I made a bunny with this yarn, and now I am going to use this to make a heart. So I am going to attach this onto my wreath form here. I'm actually gonna tie a knot because this is really thick and it's kind of hard for the hot glue to adhere to it. So I am going to just start wrapping this around. I want this in the back here. And then, actually, I might have to stick a little hot glue on here to get it to stay on the peaks. So, I'm just going to stick some on there. And then I am going to start wrapping this around here. I'm just going to stick the whole ball of yarn through there. Yeah, as I'm going up, it's not even. Round would be a lot easier, but I'm just going to stick a little hot glue on there and put it on my frame like this. And then I'm just going to keep going around. I'll check back with you in a little bit. Okay, this is how far I've gotten so far. And on these little curves here, I'm just using my hot glue gun and I'm sticking a little bit of hot glue on there so it stays in place and doesn't slide down when I'm wrapping it around. Alright, I'm getting to the end and I'm starting to get to the point where pretty soon I'm going to have to put some more hot glue on there to get it to stay. But I think I am definitely going to have enough yarn, so that is good. So I did a whole bunny form and I did a heart with that thing of yarn. So I don't know how much Walmart sells that yarn for, but like I said, I did get it for $1.37 at Dollar Tree, so $1.37. Yeah, I think with tax, I think that's how much it was. I don't know why I said $1.37. $1.25 plus tax. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stick some hot glue on here and get the rest of this on here. Okay, I have it all done. The bottom looks a little goofy, but I mean, what are you gonna do on the bottom there? It's just kind of the way it crosses over. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I bought this bag, messenger bag it's called. I got this from Dollar Tree, and what I am going to do with this, let me get that tag out of here. I am going to cut this bag up actually. So what I'm going to do is I want this burlap side. I would take all the stitching out, but that's just going to be too time consuming, so I'm going to cut these straps off and set that aside. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this burlap off the back because I'm going to be using the back side of this bag. I'm going to save the front side though because I think that's a really cute pattern. I just haven't quite figured out what I'm going to use it for yet, but I'm definitely going to use the other side of this bag. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cut out and then show you what I'm going to do. Okay, now that I have my bag cut out, I'm going to set this on the back here, and I want this to cover the back of my heart, and I'm going to use this part of this too, so I have to make sure that I have enough to go over my heart here. So I'm going to chop that off. Okay, so now that I have that done, I'm going to stick this back on here, and I am going to kind of cut around the edges here. I don't want it hanging off too far. Alright, so it's gonna go like that. Alright, so this is gonna go on here just like this. I'm gonna flip this around here, and what this little part is for is this is going to go underneath here. We're gonna make like a little baggie. So stick that in here, and I'm just trying to measure it up to see where I want this. So I'm thinking that looks pretty good right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hot glue gun and I am going to secure this together. So I'm just going to stick some hot glue on here and attach this, and then attach the other side. Let's move that out of the way. Just like that, to make just like a little bag. And then I'm going to put it on the bottom too, even though this is going to get glued to the back of the heart. Alright, and then I am going to cut my edges off here so they look a little bit cleaner. Alright, and then get a clear surface here. I'm going to stick this on the back of here. This is going to get hot glued to the back, so I just want to make sure I have this set the way I want it here. And so all the ends are on there. So I'm basically going to have to go right about here. Alright, so I am going to hot glue this right to the back of my heart here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this all the way around, wait for this to dry, and I'm going to try to pull it as tight as possible. Alright, so I'm just getting this all glued on around here. Just putting it right on my burlap instead of on the heart. And pulling this nice and tight. Looks like I should have had a little bit more room on this side. I thought I measured right. Okay, now that I have that on there, the next thing I'm going to do, while I can still flip this around, is I am going to put my hanger on here for my wreath. So some hot glue over here, and then I'm going to hot glue the other side on. Okay, now that I have all this done, the next thing that I'm going to do is I have this greenery from Dollar Tree, and I am just going to start cutting this up, and this is actually going to stick in my pocket. So I'm going to cut the stems long for right now because I'm not 100% sure how far down they're going to go or where exactly they're going to go. So I'm just going to get these cut up off here. And then these are going to start going in my pocket here. So I don't know exactly how far I want them to stick up or anything yet. But that is the gist of what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to get these cut up. Take off of there. And get a couple more flowers in there. I have a lot of greenery. I must have used the flowers for other projects. Okay, now that I have that all figured out, I have my flowers where I want them. I can see my stems down here, and I am just not liking that. So I am going to take a piece of the strap that was on the bag, and I am going to tuck this down, tuck that down here inside here, so you can't see the stems down there. Just like that. And then I have to make sure that my flowers are going to stay in here where I want them, because as you can see, they just keep moving around all over the place. So I'm just going to do my best here actually to flip this up, and I'm going to stick some hot glue in here right on the bag, and I'm going to hot glue that down to my flowers just like that. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is I am actually going to take a little bit of Spanish moss and I'm going to stick it in here. So I'm thinking just right here by my flowers, right at the bottom. I'm just going to stick a line of the Spanish moss all the way across here. All right, I am just putting the last bits of Spanish moss on my flowers here. I'm sticking that right in there. All right, I have all my Spanish moss in there, and it is all finished. Well, I think it turned out pretty cute. So I definitely think this would make a great Mother's Day gift. I would not consider this Valentine's, but I guess you could put it up for Valentine's too. So that is the end of the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it and stuck around to the end. And I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe and hit the little bell to get notified when I upload. And take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.